Ay, moron, forget about it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I went and saw The Kitchen. Now, before I get into my review, if you are new here, please do not forget to hit that red subscribe down below before you leave. Alrighty, so we have 3 wives that are married to men that are a part of the mob in Hell's Kitchen in 1978. Their husbands all get pinched for crimes and they go to prison for 3 years. And under the thought that the family is going to take care of them, no, not really. They decide to take matters into their own hands and become bosses of the mob of... it's really not that clear, honestly. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I love a good mob movie. Like I stated in my favorite films from every year I've been alive video, I am Italian. I love Goodfellas. Goodfellas to me is the pinnacle of a wonderfully well done mob film, and this is nowhere near that. Okay, this is nowhere near that. It's not even on the radar. It's not on the same map at all. Now, I love the premise. I love the premise of the wives taking over, of female empowerment. That I was so looking forward to seeing. I really, really was. And then I found out about the cast. You have McCarthy, Haddish in her first dramatic role, and Elisabeth Moss. I was excited. Okay, you have wonderful actresses. You have a pretty good idea for a film. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It did not happen. It did not come together. I am so frustrated. It is because of the directing, or the lack of directing, I should say. I know this woman is a first-time director. She has written films before. She also wrote this movie, but she co-wrote Straight Outta Compton. She also co-wrote on something else. So she's a pretty decent writer, I guess. But this is her first dip into the directing pool. And let me tell you something. My 8-year-old godson could have directed a better movie than this piece of garbage, okay? I was highly disappointed in how this entire movie came together. First off, you are wasting your talent completely. We are not invested in these characters whatsoever. We have no backstory. We don't know anything about them. They are put in front of us. We are just supposed to accept who they are. That's it, except for Elisabeth Moss's character. We know that she is an abused housewife because the first scene of the movie that she is in, she's, you know, injured. She's holding her face and her husband obviously had just smacked her around. So we feel bad for her about that. So I am invested in her character. But McCarthy, no. Haddish, definitely not. Haddish was like stoic, like no emotion on her face whatsoever. And after this, I'm not even really sure she can even do drama because the role just wasn't anything. It was not like, I'm sorry. My thoughts are all over the place because digesting this film was really, really difficult for me as a mob movie fan. I was just highly disappointed in this whole entire thing. So the wives take over and pretty much there's a lot of walking on the streets and sitting at tables involved. Here's my big issue, okay? Goodfellas, those 3 guys, Liotta, De Niro, and Pesci, they're out there. They are killing people. They're digging holes. They're putting guns to people's heads. They're doing what they have to do, okay? I wanted these women to be doing that. They weren't doing anything like that. And yet you're supposed to just accept them as the new heads of the mob? That makes 0 sense. That makes no sense at all. There's a couple scenes where, you know, Elisabeth Moss, okay, she shot a gun. Okay, wow. One time does not make you a mob boss by any means. However, I will say her character, again, is the only one that kind of sort of got her hands dirty because she was interested in learning how to get rid of a body, if you know what I mean, you know, in the bathtub, hacking it up and disposing it. She was the only one. The other two weren't doing anything like that at all. It was just a mess. It really, really was. Half the time I was wondering what's happening in this film, what's going on. I'm not understanding this. This makes no sense. It was kind of relying on twists a little bit. There's a couple of twists in the movie. I did hear about that, but I hated it, guys. On the love it or hate it, I hated it. And it really kills me to say that because this idea could have been great. It could have been great if it was a more seasoned director, not a first-time newbie director, but a seasoned director taking the reins with this film. I wanted to see McCarthy with a gun in her hand, pointing it down at some guy's forehead and really giving it to him. Like, I never got the moments where these women are freaking badasses. They're taking over. I never got that feeling. I never got it. I'm so disappointed in this film. And now I'm wondering, because of this movie, are we ever going to get a movie like this again with women taking over? Probably not. Because of the crap. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Because of the crap that this film is, we're probably not going to get that. And that is such a shame. That is so horrible. This director ruined it for everybody. Ugh. So like I said, hated it. You know what? I hated this movie worse than I hated that movie, Anna. And I really hated that movie. Pains me to say it, but it's true. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What did you think of The Kitchen? If you saw it, do you agree with me? And I'll see you at the movies.